Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Out here in the yard this evening. Boy, it's a really nice evening out. It's about 7:30 in the evening. Got the locusts up in the tree. I call them locusts. A lot of people call them cicadas, but making a bunch of noise up there. And man, I just love summer. I do not want summer to end. If it was up to me, I'd be in shorts and a t-shirt, 12 months out of the year. But anyway, just want to take a few minutes to do today's video out here today. And the thing that I want to talk about today is a little bit about talent, as far as the ability, how good somebody is in the fishing, and if that talent that you have as an angler, is that something that you just sort of have naturally and you're born with, or is that something that you can learn? And sort of give you my thoughts on that, because I've thought about it a lot over my entire career. And I think there's a lot to be said. You see some guys, and everybody out there, you guys that fish much, you know what I'm talking about. It just seems like some guys are just naturally good. It's just like they can find the fish. It's like it's easy for them to do it. It seems like they're always, they find them really quick, and they know how to catch them. They just sort of have a knack for catching fish. Not only bass, but any type of fish. It can be catfish, crappie, whatever. I remember when I was growing up, one of the things I used to do, some friends of my mom and dad, they were big cat fishermen. The whole family was, and I used to go fishing with them, and they didn't have any electronics or anything like that. They just had an old flat bottom boat, no depth finder on it, but they always got on the catfish. They just knew what to look for almost instinctively. So I've seen that side of it, and then I've also seen the other side of it that you're seeing a lot more today, where fishing success and your ability to become a good angler is something you can learn from intellectual knowledge. So which one is it? I mean, as far as what does it come down to? Personally, I think, and this is sort of one of those deals, it's one of those mysteries of the universe we talk about. I think a lot of the truly exceptional bass anglers out there, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the famous ones that you know about, the top pros, but even guys that you may know that are in your bass club or just fish for fun. I think there's a lot to be said about some people are just naturally gifted at being good anglers. It's the same with some people are good at math. I am terrible at math. It doesn't matter how hard I work at it. My mind just can't grasp mathematical thinking very well. Some people are great artists. I mean, they don't even have to take a lesson, and they can draw incredibly. I can barely draw a stick figure. And same with music. Some people can. Another friend of my mom and dad's. He could just get on a guitar or a piano and just start playing by ear without any lessons at all. It's just like a natural gift, and I think there's a lot to be said for that in fishing too. From that standpoint, I think that there's an element of fishing that you can't really get past if you don't have that sort of that natural ability. I think you can still become a good angler, and maybe even be on the verge of being a great angler. But man, you got to work so much more hard at it than somebody that just has natural ability. I can think about several anglers throughout the course of the year excuse me, that I fished around professionally over the course of the years that they just worked everybody else into the ground. They had such an incredible work ethic. They were passionate about the sport. They loved it. They lived it and breathed it, but they could just never get the breaks. They could never do what it took to win a tournament or put themselves in the position to qualify for championships, even though they were into it and spent more time trying to get good at it than a lot of these guys that just never did it all. I remember a lot of you guys may have heard the name Randy Mosley. Randy Mosley, good friend of mine. We used to room together, travel together when we first started out fishing, and he was one of those guys like that. He didn't put like a lot of effort into it, but that guy had such a natural, instinctive ability to go anywhere in the country and find bass. It's like it was just as easy for him as it was getting up and brushing his teeth in the morning. Just a natural instinct to do that. And so where does that leave us in this? I don't want to like come across on this video saying, well, man, if you don't have a natural ability and you weren't born with it, you're just like destined to be a mediocre angler your whole life. I don't want to come across like that. But what I'm saying is this: if you don't feel like you have natural skill and natural ability at it, you're just going to have to work so much harder than people that do. I mean, I sort of consider myself in sort of in between a little bit. I mean, I feel like I've got, some natural skills, and I know what to look for on the water. It just seems natural to me. Then at other times I feel like I got to work really hard at it. So I think there's differing degrees to that. I think some people can be super instinctual and just have the pure natural ability. I think some people are on the other end of the spectrum. It's like they're like 2 left feet. They don't have any natural instincts, and they try to over intellectualize everything. And then there's probably people that fall in between. But so that probably encompasses a lot of it. But the advice I'll give everybody, as far as, I don't want to leave you in this video feeling, like you're never going to be an awesome angler. The advice I give you is just fish smart. I mean, fish smart, learn as much as you can about bass movement and behavior. Spend your time becoming a student of the bass, and spend your time focusing on the things that will make you a really good angler. The things that will make you a really good angler are understanding, again, the personality of bass, the moods of the bass, the movements of them, the mental part of the game, as far as the intuitive aspects of it. Those are the things that are going to make you become a great angler. If you just focus on, trying to find out the latest hot bait or something like that, you're not going to get very good. I mean, you're really not. You're going to, that's part of it, but that's not the part that's going to allow you to get good. So spend your time, focusing on the aspects of the sport that really will help you become a better angler. And also just trust yourself and tell yourself that you have abilities, and you have creative abilities uniquely your own that nobody else has. Everybody has a different way they approach fishing, and it all works. I've never seen one person dominate a sport just by one approach. I mean, that's why I see co-anglers that beat their pros all the time, because on any given day, anybody can beat another person. You can take some dude that has never caught a bass in his entire life, and put him, as long as he knows how to cast, put him in the back of a boat, and on any given day, he could beat Jacob Wheeler just on that one day. Everybody has the ability to do that. So rest in that peace a little bit, knowing that your individuality, your own uniqueness as an angler, your own unique approach is going to allow you to become better. So anyway, just a few thoughts on that, sort of off the wall a little bit. Again, hope you guys are doing good. Please hit that subscribe button if you hadn't had a chance to, and we'll see y'all later.